Greetings, folks. Gear is here with another 5-minute tour. I talked about a project I was working on yesterday that I did not have time to finish, and I wanted to show it to you today, and I did get it finished. And so I'm going to take you around and show you what I've got going on here. Here's a clue right here. Basically what I wanted to do, what the goal was, is to build a fairly automated chicken farm that where the chickens are easy to kill, they're easy to spawn, and I wanted to make it an integral part of one of my towers for my iron farm, my future iron farm. So using those constraints, I went to work. I'm going to take you and show you what we got going on here. I've turned my sound off for obvious reasons. Just too much clucking going on around here. And just kind of give you just a nice pan of what I've got going on here. The iron farm is eventually, the iron golems are going to pop down in this channel and shoot towards the my command center down there. And so this is where I wanted to get the chickens going in. It's a very simple concept that I've got going here. I've done several iterations of it, and this seems to be the one that's worked the best. Basically all I've got is a 5x5x5 cube that the chickens are in, and the walls, if you take the walls around it, it makes it 7x7, but the inside is 5x5x5. And I give the chickens, you can they get too high for dancing in. You've got one layer of water, and then we'll go down and take a look at the bottom two layers there. What we've got up here is I've just got a little walkway that comes up here. I can just fire my eggs into the mix there, and it's as easy to load as that. I've just built a walkway that comes around, and it looks like we've got an egg that got free. Okay, so the bottom half of these is this little button here will turn off the water in the bottom. Basically all I've done is I've put signs down on the second layer. It's holding the water up on the third layer, and the bottom layer is really just a water current that I use to channel the eggs into a central collection area. And there's some underground piping that takes us to the central collection area. In the dispenser here I have a bucket of water. The way these work now is if you once you activate them with redstone, they'll toggle the water on, or they'll toggle the water off. And so I've hooked up obviously these two pins to the same one. Now the reason I've got the water coming in on and off is to make it easy to kill the chickens. When I'm done hatching and I want to go in and get some experience and some meat, all I do is I turn the water off, and now it makes it easier to walk in here. Because of the way I've got the water pattern up top, all the chickens just kind of sit here in the middle, and so I just point up at the sky and slaughter. We'll see how many chickens I've got in here. When I am oh, I used up my entire sword. When I'm loading chickens in, I load 3 stacks of eggs at a time, or sorry, 3 rows of eggs at a time. So 1, 2, 3 right across, and that usually produces somewhere around 64 meat. Now the reason this isn't producing 64 meat, because this was actually my seed one. This is where I started the chickens in to start collecting eggs from, and so I didn't actually load in 3 stacks. I just threw in eggs until it looked like I had enough chickens. Okay, so you see what I've done with the water here. I've put one water source in each corner. And the reason I do that is it forces the chickens towards the center, or it helps move the chickens towards the center. That helps for positioning the egg drops, as well as for positioning the chickens when it comes time to slaughter. It seems to work quite well for me. There's no reason why you can't fill in all the area with water, but it doesn't really, I find it's more helpful not to. So, turning the water back on. All I've used here is pressure plates. The reason I've used pressure plates is because it makes it, I can just walk right across them. If I used half slabs, I wouldn't have enough clearance. I could put doors up there, I could put chests, and just kind of walk around tricky if I want. Pressure plates work good enough. I do sometimes get the odd waste if I want to get I might end up putting doors in here just to make sure that I don't lose anything, so that all goes down to my chute. Okay, so once I've got everything set up the way I want it down there, I just come down here and I can stand on these two pumpkins here, and all the eggs will drop off. So this is a half slab up at the ceiling here. The water source, the current brings it to this point here. The half slab stops the water from coming out, but it doesn't stop the loot from coming out. The loot can still fall out there. I should have eggs popping out here. Yeah, there we go. So on the underside, all I've done is done a little bit of redstone. Here, let's jump on a pumpkin. A little bit of redstone work. The redstone here powers that block. On top of that block there's a torch. That torch powers the dispenser. And the switch was just above there. That's really all there is to it. Here's the piping. You can see the water dripping from it. I've used half slabs on the underside, just to make it easier to walk around. And that's really all there is to it. It's far more complicated than it needs to be, but I wanted to make something that I really like playing with, and was nice and neat. I think I did a pretty reasonable job. When I get more spider webs, and well, in this setup I might not do it at all, but what I have done in other setups is I've actually used quick fire dispensers for firing the eggs in. So 3 dispensers will hold 3 rows of eggs, and so I'll just like mount 1, 2, 3 up there, and I'll just have a switch on a timer that does fast current, pulsing current, and just fires all the eggs out of the dispenser until the eggs run out. And so it actually fires all the eggs for you. All I have to do is load them, which it doesn't. It saves a little bit of time, not a lot. It kind of makes it a little bit cooler. I don't think I'll do it here because I wanted to keep into the nice, neat area here, and I don't really want redstone currents all over the place. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you come back to see what else I'm doing with this place. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up or a subscribe if you've enjoyed it. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. We'll see you soon.